Hey everyone, my name's Bumblebastian, and welcome back to the show. So today what I have for you guys is a review on the Transformers Studio Series Devastation wheeljack. This figure is a Target exclusive repaint of the Earthrise wheeljack, which I always liked the design and engineering of that mold. It's just a terrible color scheme that they made him in. Which is why, I never picked them up, that ugly eggshell pre-yellowed whites. So once they finally made them in the right colors, I decided to pick them up and review them today. So here is the box, and as you can see, they finally brought back the windows. More proof that the windowless packaging was a cost-cutting measure rather than saving the environment. And the back, showing product shots of wheeljack transformation within 18 steps. So without further ado, let's have a look at the figure itself. So everyone, we start off in vehicle mode, and wheeljack appears to be a sort of royalty-free version of the Lancia Stratos, which, I mean, he does resemble the car pretty well, but of course, knowing how Hasbro is, ain't exactly one-to-one to the real-life car because they only pay for car licenses for their live-action movie figures. But other than that, he looks really nice, especially in these brand new animation-accurate, or should I say game-accurate colors, since he is based on the Devastation video game. So there are a few differences compared to the Florodiri animation model, mainly being just the pattern of the green and red racing stripes. But other than that, he could work perfectly as an 86 wheeljack. And you look at the windows in this really nice opaque blue. They did this sort of cell shaded effect that honestly doesn't really look too good. It looks more like framing of the cockpit rather than actual highlights. So yeah, not really digging that. All four of the rims are indeed painted in silver. And yeah, really, really nice vehicle mode for wheeljack. So everyone, for size comparison, here we have wheeljack next to G1 Walmart reissue Hound. And my next review, the War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Sideswipe. Despite the fact that wheeljack was made in an era where a lot of figures were really cracking down on mushroom-pegged wheels and cost-cutting measures, you'll be surprised, astonished even, that he rolls like a dream! Alright everyone, it is now time for transformation. So, first thing you want to do is flip him upside down, grab what will become the arms, spread them out like so. Then what you want to do is grab the shoulders and you push them inward to disconnect them from these little tiny ports. And then you situate them like so. Next, what you want to do is rotate the waist, and then you grab the roof of the car mode. Just have it up there for the time being. Next, what we want to do is separate what will become the legs. And for this part, do be wary because these little windshield pieces, they tend to pop out a lot because Hasbro's got a Hasbro, as in they can't afford simple rivets. So yeah, just accordion the legs like so, and while you're doing it, the windshield piece will fold in like so, and then tab it in place. Do the same for the other leg, just like that. Next, what we want to do is grab the spoiler, flip them out And these will become his iconic little wings, if you will. Next, dramatic head reveal. And close it off with what will become his chest. Make sure it's tabbed into place. And here you have Wheeljack transformed in his robot mode. So everyone, in robot mode, Wheeljack is way better than his Earthrise counterparts. Like, I get it, they were initially going for G1 toy accuracy, but it doesn't mean make him a deliberately yellowed plastic out of the box. So for detail, I definitely see why they chose this mold for the Devastation Wheeljack design in particular. Especially because even though that game has a very Sunbow animated series inspired art style, the designs of like the characters are like very bulky, very like almost Dreamwave Comics kind of looking. And for head sculpt, that is just Wheeljack all around. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And surprisingly, for a figure that was technically designed during like the early days of the War for Cybertron trilogy, he doesn't have like way too much panel line or really ugly looking tech greebling on the surfaces. Most of like the mechanical detail is actually within the hollow gaps and the joints of the figure, which is such an ingenious idea. I really wish more and more figures could do this. Like, definitely makes like the hollow gaps feel less chintzy and like crappy. One thing I don't like, however, is how square his chest looks. I really feel like they could have designed like the cockpit like a little differently to make it a bit more rounded off and accurate to the game and G1 cartoon, since again this can be used as a good 86 Wheeljack. And you look at the back, nothing too much other than the wings, which are removable and 5mm port compatible. For articulation, Wheeljack has a ball joint in the neck, double hinge up and down the shoulder, mainly due to the transformation, swivel forward and backwards in the shoulder, swivel in the bicep, 90-degree bend in the elbow, swivel in the wrist, which we hardly ever see with the Luxes nowadays, swivel in the waist, forward and backward in the hips, in and out, thigh swivel, 90-degree bend at the knee, ankle tilts, and a toe down. So for accessories, Wheeljack comes with his shoulder cannon, which in the Earthrise version was the only accessory that he came packaged with. But luckily with this new Devastation release, he also comes with this really nice G1 accurate rifle. And for size comparison, here you have Wheeljack next to some other Generations G1 Autobots, Kingdom Sideswipe, which you can now get in like the same Target exclusive line as Wheeljack, 86 Bumblebee, and 86 RC. So everyone, it is now time for my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Devastation Wheeljack. I definitely think that this is the best version of the Earthrise mold. And there have been lots, and I mean lots of repaints, and even a couple of retools of this figure. I'm genuinely surprised that he doesn't have any mold degradation, at least not on my copy. And as for like the design and engineering of this mold, while there are a few aspects that I believe are a little outdated, he still holds up pretty damn well. So if you're like me, can't wait for the supposed 86 Wheeljack, then I definitely recommend this figure. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my new videos, and I'll see you guys next time.